Welcome to the Transfer Exchange Show. We are live and the January transfer window is open. It's in full swing right now. Stevie's sitting there sweating. His phone is buzzing non-stop. It's buzzing so much you can pretty much ride it to work.
It's all here, boys.
Look at that. It's non-stop. There we go. 24/7. As many of the transfer experts will tell you, there's no time to sleep because if you sleep, you're missing out. No better to welcome our transfer specialist, Steve K. How you doing?
Yeah, you're doing, Kieron. Yeah, I have to echo what you just said there, mate. It's been a very busy day and we've still got 26 days to go. So, you know, there's some exciting things going out there. So, but like we always say, you know, you come here, you'll hear it first. And yeah, so let's get going. All
right. I see we've already got some Arsenal fans in the room. How you doing, Goodwin? Good to see you back. How you doing, Jonathan? Good to see you. And good to see you, Stephen. How you doing? Stephen's a regular on every show now. I'm loving that. Loving that. All right. So let's go through some of the transfers that are the transfer news that started off this week. Inter Milan side Andre Onana from Ajax on a free transfer. According to reports in Italy, is that one gone through now, Steve?
It's just waiting to go through his. He was going through his medical. It's done. It's done. It was done quite a while ago, and they was just waiting for his, his ban to go through because he was a naughty boy. But yeah, that's one that's done and dusted.
All right, sweet. Manchester United recalled Ethan Lade early from his loan spell from Swansea. But he went back out immediately to Championship rivals Bournemouth. AC Milan looking to offload a few players to get rid of the excess squad in the January transfer window. Andrea Conte, and Samu Calestreu topped the sell list as Paolo Maldini looks to free up big wages not contributing on the pitch. Anton Griezmann could be signed by Atletico Madrid for as little as 40 million. The 30-year-old who is currently out on loan at Atletico Madrid this summer has scored just 3 La Liga goals this term. Is that deal looking like it's going to be going through? Atletico Madrid going to push through with that? Yeah,
I mean, Atletico Madrid are doing what you would be expected of them. They're trying to get the price down as cheap as possible because they know Barcelona need the money. Barcelona, just want to get the deal done. They want to get sort of, rid of him, and they've got other plans to bring other people in, which we may get to later. But yeah, it's just a matter of Atletico Madrid trying to get the price down, and Barcelona's trying to get the price that they weren't. But again, that one should be something that should go through quite easily in the end.
All right. Before we go on, everyone on Twitter, come over to KS1 TV on YouTube and smash that subscribe button. Come and join in the chat as well. Get your questions across. Steve's here. Don't go hiding on Twitter. Come over to KS1 TV on YouTube now. All right. All right. Everton secured their first sign in the transfer window and signing Rangers fullback Nathan Patterson. Very highly regarded up in Scotland, he is. Chelsea made inquiries for AC Milan left back Theo Hernandez to potentially replace the injured Ben Chilwell after Everton's Lucas Dean is now looking like he's on his way to Inter Milan. Newcastle completed the signing. Is the signing of Kieron Trippier done now? It's done now, isn't it?
Done. Dusty. He flew over today from Madrid. He's in Newcastle now as we speak. We put it up a couple of days ago now that this deal, I was told that it was done and dusted 2 days ago, and you'll find out that these deals are pretty much done before they come out, unless you're in a privileged position like we are, and we know people who can get that news first. So this was done a couple of days ago. He's over there for a medical, and he will be there. Newcastle's first signing of this January window.
All right. Seville want to sign former Manchester United midfielder Adrian Januzaj His contract expires in the summer, but the Spanish club want to finalise a deal in January. Juventus and Bayern Munich are the front runners for signing Barcelona's French forward Ousmane Dembele. If they can't come to agreement in the coming days. Steve, is there any more on the Dembele? Is there any other clubs that are interested? I know it says that Juventus and Bayern Munich are the front runners, but are there any clubs that are sniffing about?
Yeah, there's a lot of clubs that are sniffing about, and which is not surprising because Dembele, on his day, is a fantastic player. Where the situation with Barcelona at the moment is that Barcelona don't want to sell him. They want to keep him. You may find that a little bit surprising because they need the money. You may not think it's surprising because you think, well, why do they want to get rid of a player of his class? And if they can get something out of him, and the reason why they bought him in the first place, then you would, Xavi wants him. He wants him as part of his plans. He does. He does. And as far as teams that want him, he's got a few lined up. Liverpool are interested in him. Newcastle made a bid for him. I don't know what that bid was. I don't think anybody does. But he totally refused that bid. He didn't want to go to Newcastle. And there's been teams that Everton have shown interest. But at the moment, it's Dembele wants this ridiculous wages. Which is his stumbling block for all clubs. I think he'll stay at Barcelona personally, and they'll work out something where he stays there. Because contract talks have been going on for 2-3 days now, and when contracts go on for this long, the player normally wants to stay. But that's where
it's about getting them last few pennies.
It is, and I don't think Dembele wants to leave Barcelona. And when you've got a player that don't want to leave, and you've got Xavi who wants him as part of his plans, then you don't take like working out what's going to happen in the next week or so.
Yeah, we will be on that at every step of the way. AS Roma wants to sign Tungai Ndombele on loan from Tottenham for the rest of the season in January. Is there been any more on that one, Steve?
Well, yeah, there has. I mean, Dembele, Conte's given him his chances, and he's assessed his squad. And Dembele doesn't seem like he's one of those players that he's, again, like we said with Dembele, not Dembele. He's not part of, instead of with him wanting him as part of his plans, Conte is not part of Dembele's plan. The difference between with the Inter thing is the fact that Tottenham are trying to swap him as part of the deal to AC Milan for Inter Milan for Kessie. So we may go on to him in a minute, but there's the problem at the moment, and but he may well end up going, try and do something with the other club because there's a bit of a stumbling block there, and they don't like the idea of the swap.
All right. Yeah, it makes sense because you just want Tottenham will want money, and if they're going to sell Dembele, they're going to want to get some of that, recoup some of that 50 million back. Steve Botman will be staying at Lille. He will not be transferring to Newcastle. As we said on the page, the players not really interested in joining the team that's in relegation battle.
No.
So too risky.
Quality player. It's quality. He is a quality player, and Lille. There's always a price. There's a price for everybody. And although Lille have said we want to keep him and he's not going nowhere, they've also stuck a 60 million price tag on his head. So what they're saying is, well, if you can pay 60 million, then you can take him because Botman wants to leave. He's told Lille that he wants to leave. No disrespect to Lille, he wants to play in the Premiership, but Lille are not getting him go, and rightly so. He's a class player. And the price tag they're putting in bed is just too much, and it's one of them ones where they just say, look, you're not going nowhere, and unless they pay big money for him, he'll be at Lille.
All right. a couple of comments in the comment section. Yes, we've got some Arsenal news, some Arsenal updates, but you have to be patient. I'm going to make you boys wait. Don't worry, we will give you some news. West Ham are in talks with Flamengo striker Gabriel Barbosa. Newcastle also want the player, but only on a loan. Neymar's brother-in-law, isn't it? Very good player. Yeah, very good player. I think it was at Inter Milan, and it didn't quite work out. But since he's gone back to Brazil, he's been on fire. Any more on that, Steve?
Well, no. I mean, West Ham. What I was told by a source that it's not a massive thing for David Moyes if they don't get him. Again, they have got other plans, other players who they would take before Barbosa, although he is a very good player. And I mean, there's Newcastle. They've shown a lot of interest in him, but at the moment it's one of them ones that's in a little bit of limbo. West Ham are looking for defenders more than anything else than forwards. Yeah. And I think from what I'm hearing today, they've pretty much got their sights set on the forward that they want.
All right. I'm sure we'll get to that in a bit. Tottenham's intentions of signing Frank Kessie before the end of the month. Manager director Fabrizio Patrici has offered out of favour midfielder Tunga Dembele as a direct replacement. Is there any more on the Frank Kessie deal?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they've assessed. Conte assessed Tottenham Hotspur. He said that's what he was going to do when he came in. He's give everybody the chance. He's seen something in Harry Winks.
Okay.
So he wants to keep him on. So he won't be going nowhere.
Yeah.
Dembele is the one that seems to be surplus to requirements. We spoke about it like a few minutes ago that he was trying to get to be part of the swap with Frank Kessie. Frank Kessie is Tottenham's number one target. They're going all out for Frank Kessie. This is the player they want. And Dembele is like the poor man's Frank Kessie. And when you look about what you see, you can see that Conte's doing all that they can to sort of try and get rid of him. They're trying to swap him. They've even putting him down like as 25 million or anything. But I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if he's got a bad attitude, but they're finding it hard. And Milan are saying that if you want Frank Kessie, you've got to pay. We don't want to do the swap. If you obviously in January, we're talking about here, not in summer where he could go on a free.
Yeah,
Tottenham want him now.
What are they asking for then? What are AC Milan asking for?
Well, funny enough, there's not. I mean, it's I haven't heard anything about what they're asking for on a money basis. I know that Tottenham have put 5.4 million down on the table for Frank. Yeah.
I mean, look, he's going on a free, but the player's worth more than 5.5 million for half the season.
This is it. But they tried to throw in Dembele in with the deal 5.5
with a loan.
Yeah. Okay. And they want them in January, but no, Milan are saying, well, no, if you want him to go in January, we want more than that. But talks are continuing, and again, I'll say it like I did a few minutes ago. This one is going on, and it'll probably go on to the end of the window. Tottenham and Patrici are going all out to get these guys. This is their number one target, along with a centre back.
All right. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is moved to Roma. Is that one? That one's done. That was a done deal. Yeah, few things to tidy up on that one. Or was that one completely done?
Few things to tidy up. Just a few pieces of like papers and a bit of housekeeping to be done. But obviously, as Arsenal fans, as probably everybody knows, good luck to Ainsley. It seems like now Arsenal are sort of moving again like they did last season. Early on they're starting to move players that are surplus to requirements out. And there's already two that's gone this summer with this window, and we'll probably come on to that person in a minute. yeah, they're starting to move people out, and one of them's Daisy Maitland-Niles, and yeah, good luck to him.
All right. Liverpool and Bayern Munich target Rafinha is potentially in talks with signing the contract and extension with Leeds. Bayern Munich are very interested if Kingsley Coman leaves the club after contract talks break down. There's been a lot of talk about Kingsley Coman over the last few seasons. Man United is usually a club that are sniffing around. Is there anyone that's sort of potentially talking to him in the background, which is why it might be delaying the contract talks with Bayern Munich?
No, it's not that I'm hearing. Bayern Munich are they want him, and as far as Rafinha goes, quite a strange one really, with him wanting to sign a new contract. I've heard that there's a little bit of funny business going on there as far as Rafinha goes. We've got a very good contact that I talked to from the Liverpool Echo, and they're telling me that they think that this is all a bit fun and games. They don't believe that Rafinha wants to sign a new contract. It's just a matter of them getting as much as money as they can, or the agent is getting as much as he can. And as we know, even if it's a free transfer, but there's still money changes hands.
Yeah.
Which I think, like when sometimes when you get asked, when you put up a post on our Twitter page, people say, "Well, how comes they're having talks? It's just a free transfer. Why is there? It's not just there's a lot of things behind the scenes that has to go on." But I mean, I've been told that Rafinha is a little bit, and that you don't actually want to sign for a new contract with Leeds because some big clubs want him. Liverpool want him, and you'd be silly, wouldn't you? And Deco, his agent, has came out and said that he was already spoken to Liverpool. He knows that Liverpool wants him. He knows that Klopp wants him. So now I've heard what he said to me today. That my source that there is a bit of fun and games. It makes sense.
All right. Arsenal made a new bid for Fiorentina star Dusan Vlahovic. And the deal was it 43 million pounds plus Lucas Torreira, 55 million euros plus Lucas Torreira, however you want to put it. Is there any more on that?
No. Well, all I can say is Arsenal supporters in the chat tonight is that keep your eye on this because this is serious. Arsenal have gone back in. They've bid exactly what you've just said. We've been hearing that Vlahovic doesn't want to play for Arsenal. I've been told today that that's absolute rubbish.
Could we hear that again, Steve?
That's not true.
Thank you very much.
That Vlahovic the fact that he doesn't want to play for Arsenal is not true. It's been everywhere. I don't care who says it. I don't care if Maurizio says it. I don't care if Fabio says it. Right, I've been proved right before, and I'll be proved right again. Right, Vlahovic has not said that he does not want to play for Arsenal. Arsenal would not have gone back in with a second bid if Vlahovic would have said, "I don't want to play for Arsenal." They would have just walked away and not wasted their time and gone on to another player.
Could I add on to that?
Get that in your head. Go on, mate.
Yeah, because clubs don't like rejection. This is why they talk to players before they put the bid in. Because they want to see what the player's thinking. They want to see if the player would come to the club in the first place. Because there's no point in the club doing all the transfer business, and you get to the end, and it's like, "Oh no, I don't want to sign for you." What's the sense in that? Right. So take it in. Read into the fact that Arsenal have gone back in. All right. So maybe he's waiting to see if other clubs are coming in. Maybe he's waiting to see how Arsenal's season's going, if they are going to get into Europe again. But to say that the player is not answering his phone, as they like to say, or he said he doesn't want to come Arsenal, as Steve said, is absolute rubbish. All right, sorry, carry on, Steve.
Yeah, and going back to the actual bid, Fiorentina, they want the money. They want the straight money. They don't want the Torreira thing as added on. Yeah, they want the straight money, and then if Torreira comes into it after that, then so be it. But they don't want Torreira as part of the deal as a Vlahovic. They want that as a separate deal. Yeah. And I think that's where where Arsenal and Florentino are stuck at the minute. Yeah, they're stuck at that extra. What do you say? What extra? Say £15 million that Arsenal probably would need to pay if the Torreira deal wasn't part of it. Come on, Arsenal, pay the £15 million. You got one of the world's best strikers here, and he could take Arsenal to a different level. But at the moment, even with Fiorentina turning around and saying we're not having Torreira as part of this, again, doesn't it? It tells you that what Vlahovic's we've been hearing from so-called big accounts, that is absolute rubbish. You don't hear this from owners of Fiorentina if they wouldn't even bother speaking to them. So this is just someone wanting to make up stories, and someone believes it, and it domino effects. But I think Arsenal are going to have to pay around about the €60 mark to get Vlahovic, and I think this one will carry on to the end of the window. But look, I'll tell you what, this one could happen, and I was one that didn't think we would have stood a chance. But from what I've been hearing since last few days, this one's on. On.
Yep. So we'll be well on top of it. We're going to have Carlo on. We're going to have Nima on. We're going to have every Italian on that could potentially give us any information about this deal. Don't you worry. This is the place to be. Trust me. All right, let's crack on. Espanyol striker Matteo Joseph Fernandez has undergone a medical at Leeds. I'm guessing that deal is done. West Ham will be looking to bring in Manchester United attacking midfielder Jesse Lingard in January, either on loan or a permanent deal. United will not stand in the player's way, so it basically comes down to if he wants to join the Hammers, which is pretty much... I thought it was a case of... I know that Aston Villa had jumped in and got interested. Newcastle were interested as well.
Yeah.
Is there any more on Jesse Lingard?
Yeah, but again, this is something that I feel is just about, again, trying to get the, get a little bit more money.
Because I thought it was West Ham.
Yeah. It's West Ham. It's West Ham. That what you said there basically just sort of says it all. West Ham wanted him. They didn't want him to go. They wanted him last season. They are short up front. Antonio, as good as he is, very injury prone. They've been linked with other players. There's one guy, the name will come to me in a minute, but we've also, obviously, we was just mentioning Barbosa. But, you've got a seasoned professional Premier League player who, smashed it for West Ham last season, who just has gone back to Manchester United, maybe thinking that he could, break in the side. That's not happening. Yeah. It don't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. I can't see him getting... he won't be in... This is a West Ham. It's got West Ham written all over this, and I'll be absolutely shocked if he's not a West Ham player by January. And it's up to him. It's in his hand. Man United are not standing in his way. They're saying, I was told that, off you go. It's up to you, mate. So, and we see the Instagram post, didn't we, from Jesse Lingard as well, which was quite funny.
Yeah. If anyone's confused about the loan, considering goes on a free at the end of the window, it's just a case of Man United getting some money out of it. We saw it with Cedric. Arsenal paid $2 million for Southampton to get Cedric before his contract ran out. It's just the way things go. Sounds a bit odd, but yeah, it's football. Sky confirmed 2 weeks ago that Zenit Petersburg striker Sada Usman was on Newcastle's radar ahead of the January transfer window. We've now been told that they've stepped up their interest in the player. Any more on that one? Because from what Alan was saying, he's a very, very good player. Alan will be another one to get on to speak about that.
Yeah, we'll get Alan. Yeah, no, there's nothing else than that. That's pretty much in limbo at the minute. But I'm pretty sure that's another one that should go through.
Yep. As Marcelo Brozovic signed his new contract extension at Inter Milan, is that one done?
It's not yet, but it's next to. It's more or less done. I've had some news tonight from again a very good source of ours in Italy, who has assured us that Brozovic will sign a new contract. So yeah.
Insigne is completely moved to Toronto FC. That's crazy that he's gone there. Would no one else in for him? What was it? He just it's time to have the happy life, the semi-retired, hot weather, lovely country. Is that what it is?
Well,
can't
Spurs.
Knock it.
No, you can't. The Spurs were interested, at one point, but the wages were just too high for what he wanted. I mean, the problem with Napoli is the fact that they wanted him to take a wage cut, and they couldn't pay him the wages that he was on, to stay. Which was probably pretty sad for him because he's a Napoli boy. He's been at Napoli all his career. He's a one man club. And an excellent player. But big up to the transfer exchange show. Look, this is something that we broke first back in November, and and when we said he was going to Toronto, everybody laughed at us again. One day they'll learn. Good luck to him. Excellent player, and what fantastic for Toronto. To have a player of his class in the side.
Definitely. Who else is on his way there? Is it any news on Belotti?
No. There's Belotti has been linked with Juventus.
Okay.
Juventus are looking. Someone's going to go. Juventus need a striker. I mean, they're absolutely, tearing up the whole of Europe and looking under rocks to try and find a striker. They want someone to partner Morata, because he will be leaving now in the summer. We all thought that he was going in January. It was next to done. Where everybody was saying it was done, and Juventus were interested with him, but that may wait until the summer now, and they'll keep him. But apart from Juventus, there's been no one else.
All right. Because it's just that I heard yesterday that there was some interest from America and they potentially could be following Insignia, not to Toronto, but one of the other American teams. AC Milan are evaluating the possibility of recalling Yassin Al-Adli from Bordeaux following the purchase of the player in the summer. Milan are short in midfield as a result of the absence of Frank Kessie and Ismail Bentancur due to the African Nations Cup. West Ham are potentially making a formal bid for Bowl FC Bowl striker.
That's the other player.
Arthur Cabral in the coming days. The West Ham have two main priorities in January transfer window: a striker and an established top-class central defender. More on that, Steve?
Yeah, no, I mean that was what we was talking about. That was the other striker I was trying to name alongside Barbosa. They're true inquiries. It's like what we said many a time. A club, when they want a player in a certain position, they don't. They've got to cover themselves. If Jesse Lingard doesn't happen, they've got to have other options, and these two are certainly options. But that's all they are. That they're just options. They've got their number one, go to, which is Jesse Lingard, and and it doesn't take a lot of working out that he would be the one you'd pick out the two, even if it's just for his Premiership experience.
Yeah, definitely. Blackburn Rovers have warned Leeds United and Newcastle that Ben Berrington Diaz is not for sale in January. He's having a very good season this year. I think since he's been called up to Chile, the Chilean national team, he's been ripping it up. I think I heard he's doing very, very well. Where are we? January departure for Arsenal striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has not been ruled out. Offers will be considered since he's been stripped of his captaincy and been left out. Arsenal have won 5 out of the 6 games and scored 20 goals. And they said that Arteta ball was ruining this team. But since Aubameyang has been dropped, there's been a sudden change. Has there been any more inquiries apart from Newcastle, Steve?
There was Juventus, but we that one's gone a bit quiet. The big one is Barcelona. That's favourite at the minute for him to go to. Barcelona will be looking for someone in January, and Aubameyang it could be that man. But like you said, they'll listen to offers. What will they do? I've heard that they'll just bill half his wages. But for Aubameyang to leave, Arsenal are going to have to take some kind of hit. Because they're going to have to pay off his contract, which doesn't end for another 18 months. So whatever way you look at it, if you're an Arsenal fan, you want Aubameyang to really come back and start hitting it off again, if anything. Although Arsenal are doing very well, and if Aubameyang come back and did well, you still got 2 very aging strikers. Lacazette is doing well. They're still under the, they can't make out whether to keep him or whether to sell him because of, I think you mentioned on the Arsenal show that, you're going to have to offer him a 2-year contract. Will he take a cut in wages, which is what he will have to take a cut in wages. And, but saying that, all's quiet. And I've heard that Lacazette will stay. And I've heard that because of the half in the wages of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he will go. And that will help the blow of having to keep paying Lacazette's wages. But that's the only way they're going to get around it, I think. Yeah.
It's not in a good situation to be, considering they got themselves out of the Ozil situation. And they're in a particular, not the same, but while relationships are still civil at the moment, I think they need to get something done. Whether that's him out or him back in the team, whatever it is, they need to get it done quickly. Steve Cook signs for Newcastle United, and he will look to. Here's a look at the. Don't know what I'm doing there. Steve Cook has signed for Newcastle United. Bournemouth player Steve Cook has signed for Newcastle United. Newcastle United have also signed Rodrigo Valencia, the Peruvian side, Alizen Lima on loan until the end of the season. It'd be interesting to see what this player's like. Could he be the new Nobby Solano?
The new Almiron. So that's he looks similar to him.
Mino Raiola promises Barcelona chief Juan Laporta that Erling Haaland will move to the new camp if the cash-strapped Catalans can raise funds for the Dortmund star, who wants to lead his own project and not one with superstar French forward Kylian Mbappe. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And I can see that. As we saw with these uber elite strikers, they've got big egos. They've got to have big egos to keep them at the top, to keep them going, to keep them feeling they're better than everyone else. And if someone else is cramping your style, we saw it with Neymar, Messi. It weren't really working for Neymar. Messi was cramping his style, and he felt that going to a different team, it'd be able to be his own man. Didn't quite work out. Not yet won a Champions League. Not won that Ballon d'Or that he's after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's massive. This is massive news for it to come out. Mio Rola's own mouth. We all know he met with Joan Laporta last week, and to have him come out and be quoted to say that. And again, I've pat the boys on the transfer exchange show back. We've been told this for a long while, and big up to our sources. And he. For him to go to Barcelona is a big move. It's a risky move, I think, but at the same time, Barcelona somehow finding this money, and I keep hearing where they got this money. And I've been told I know where they're getting this money from. They're getting it from the 1.5 billion that they're getting to do the new stadium, and they're borrowing out of that, and they will pay that back with profits when they can. So, when you think of it, it's easy to work out where they're getting the money from. The Ferran Torres, bang, people saying where they're getting the money from. It's because they've already got the loan for the stadium and they're borrowing.
Yeah. Barcelona were never going to be down for too long and not spending. It's not the Barcelona way. I would have liked to have seen them bring through more talent and do it that way, but they got to get back to the top quickly. Watford signed Ivorian defender Hassan Kamara on a deal until June 2025. The 27-year-old joins from Nice, currently second in Ligue 1. What else we got? Oh, this one was a big one. Everton are potentially exploring Wayne Rooney and Duncan Ferguson as a management duo. To replace Rafael Benitez if they continue this poor form. Rooney would be coming in as manager and Duncan Ferguson would be coming in as assistant manager. I can see that. And what he's done with Derby is relegation bound Derby because of their docking points. But he seems to be getting results out of them. He's got Ravel Morrison ticking. We've got Ravel Morrison back in the Jamaican squad, and I don't know how many points they were docked, but they've got 11 points now, which is only 3 points off of second from bottom, and a further 8 points off of the third from bottom. So they can get out of it, and if they do, it'll be a bloody minor miracle. They've won 7 and drawn 11 so far this season, which puts them quite a bit ahead of the other teams around them with regards to points tally for the whole season. Arsenal under-23 striker Florian Balogun is on the verge of signing for Middlesbrough on loan for the remainder of the season. That one done?
Yeah. Again, very similar to the Maitland-Niles one. It's just a matter of, a bit of housekeeping, and I think it'd be good for him. I think it's something that he needs to do. Again, he's not going to get any game time at Arsenal. We see him in the under-23s. We thought we thought he could be class, but we haven't really seen him move on from that. So we need him to go to somewhere like Middlesbrough to not help just Arsenal, but to help him. And because the kid everybody needs game time. But yeah, that's something that is more or less done and dusted as well.
All right. Who's the manager at Middlesbrough at the moment? It is Chris Wilder, and he tried to get, and that makes sense because he tried to get him at Sheffield United a couple of seasons ago. Juventus manager Massimo Allegri said, Aaron Ramsey is now set to leave Juventus. We are working on it. There is no other transfers in our plans. It's 99% sure. Aaron Ramsey has rejected a move to Burnley, however. More news on that. Aston Villa have spoken to both agents of former Arsenal midfielder Aaron Ramsey and the teammate of Liverpool manager Philippe Coutinho. Gerrard hopes to bring in at least one of the two midfielders in the January transfer window. Any more than the Philippe Coutinho? Because that one seems to be picking up more traction than the Aaron Ramsey one. Which one's probably more further ahead?
Philippe Coutinho. Philippe Coutinho will be playing in the Premiership next season. 100%. Mm-hmm. And he will be signed by a club, I would say, by at least by the weekend. That's
because they're desperate to get Ferran Torres and Morata in, aren't they? So they need to get these deals done.
They need to get it done. Everybody's on the same page. Mm-hmm. It's about now, guess the club, which is
who are the clubs involved? Arsenal, are they actually involved?
Arsenal I've been involved. They've been involved for quite a while, Arsenal, but also but the thing is with Coutinho, he won't go anywhere where he's not a starter. If he has to go, and the possibility of sitting on a bench, then and come on and be part of a squad, then he's not going to go. Mm-hmm. So that means that I'm writing off Arsenal. If that's the case. So the favourites at the moment are Aston Villa. He's already had talks with Aston Villa. That's where I think he'll end up. Liverpool have shown an interest. Everton have shown an interest. Tottenham and Arsenal. But it's going towards Aston Villa at the moment, especially when you put things together. You put the manager together, like he was his ex-teammate. You also put together the fact that when you hear that he has to start, you think, well, yeah, Villa, he'll just slot straight in there straight away. You would have thought. Newcastle, he would, but would he go, would he go there? I don't know. And also Steven Gerrard, was having an interview with someone on Sky the other week, and he turned around and he said Aston Villa's fans should be excited this window. So that tells me someone of a pretty big, of standing of calibre is coming to Aston Villa, and that leads with everything else of Philippe Coutinho to me. But one thing that I can tell you, he will be in the Premiership, by the weekend with someone.
All right. Borussia Dortmund are not in talks with SCO Angers over the transfer of Mohamed Al-Shell. It's there's several German clubs that are interested in the 17-year-old, but not the BVB, i.e. Borussia Dortmund. In general, the player is keen to leave in the summer for a transfer fee of around 20 to 25 million. So there's nothing on the transfer rumours of him going to Borussia Dortmund. Mm-hmm. Celta Vigo are pushing to sign Roma's Gonzalo Villa. Is that one done? The player would prefer to join the Spanish club. Is that one done?
Yeah. There's a little bit of, again, a little bit of, housekeeping that needs to be tied up, but it's 80% done. Again, I spoke to a news source today for the first time, and he was the guy that sort of told us that. But again, apart from a little bit of, a few things that's got to be sorted. Very close, very, very close.
All right. Manchester United have opened talks to sign Borussia Dortmund's French defender Dan Axel Zagadou. They're looking to get this deal done in this transfer window. Is it just talks? How serious is this, Steve?
Yeah, it's talks can be talks and stuff here, and talks can be this talks. It can be different levels, but we only hear that they have talks. He's someone that has struggled for Dortmund over the last couple of seasons. I mean, he has had injuries, but in his younger days, he was very, very,
very highly regarded.
Yeah, very, very highly regarded defender. And when you look at Manchester United's defence at the moment, you can see that happening. You can see them bringing in a central defender. Harry Maguire's just not in it off. You got Phil Jones there. Bailey's just sort of he's okay, and he's getting another one who's injury prone. So if you're a Man United player and you want to get someone, if you want to go for the Champions League this season, you need to get in a central defender in January. So this is why they're looking at this guy, and obviously with Ragnak, knows him very, very well from his days in Germany. It's one that's that could happen, but again, just talks. But if it's not Zagadou, I'm sure there'll be others.
It's Agadou. Hey!
I'm sure.
No one's watching even knows that song. That shows how old I am.
No, I know. But yeah, so it's one. Again, keep an eye out on that one. Or any other defender that's linked with Manchester United.
Let's just go through before we go. Let's go through the comment section there. Steve is saying there are reports that Dortmund are interested in taking Aubameyang on loan, but I can't see him covering the wages. I mean, it's a German team, apart from Bayern Munich, who don't like to spend big money on wages either. That's just not going to happen, is it?
Yeah, I can't see him fitting with Haaland. Can you up front?
Yeah, they also had a bit of trouble with him before he left as well, wasn't it? Like,
yeah. Oh, what, Aubameyang? Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was he played up a bit, didn't he? When he couldn't get his own way, and we're seeing that a bit. Sadly at Arsenal a little bit.
Yeah. Any interest in El Nene from Newcastle, Steve? Anything on that?
No, afraid not.
Is that just hope, Steve? Is that just hope?
I think you are. I think you're Stephen. I think your fingers have just sort of done that. You haven't even, your brains ain't even thought about it.
El Nene, Newcastle, maybe. Like, trying
you know what?
Trying it.
There's nothing on El Nene. I think El Nene is part of the furniture. To be honest with you, I think you just got. I think if you're a player at Arsenal, or you're the tea lady, right, or you're like the people who the groundsman or anything to do with Arsenal, work in the offices, right? I think they would lynch Arteta if they sold El Nene. I think they love him. I think he's part of the furniture.
Yeah, he's a loved man. All right, Steve. Is there any more transfer news that's just popped up on your phone while we've been going live?
No, nothing. I mean, I haven't heard nothing. A couple of things that have gone, and but I haven't had a chance to look. But I don't think so. There's going to be loads. If we can look, we'll try and do another 1-2 a week or something with these, because whether it's me on my own or Kieron, or we try and do it together. We've got a lot of people coming on, haven't we, Kieron?
Yeah, quite a bit going down.
No, not at the moment. We've covered everything there. Real Madrid, they've already said that they're not buying. Man City don't seem to be doing anything, but it seems that everybody else, is, and so I think it's going to, we say it every year, but I think it's going to be quite an exciting window, this one.
Yeah, it will be. We're looking to this one for you. Anything on Jonathan David? Those reports have been going around for a bit.
Steve, he's in an awkward contract. Again, he's not long signed a new contract, and it's difficult for him to get out of it. But he's certainly someone who Arsenal have looked into in the past, and at one time he was literally moments away from signing for the club, and which Jonathan David actually said on French television, and so I'm sure if we wanted him, but but keep an eye on Vlahovic, people.
Yeah, keep an eye on Vlahovic. All right. Thank you everyone who's joined us tonight. Fans of other teams, come over and join some of these Arsenal fans in here. Give them a run for their money. They've got the big talk. We love them. But we want to mix it up a bit. And so if you've got questions about your other team, I just have one. If you can answer this one, Steve. If you've got any questions on your team, or if you want us to look into any transfers coming in from your to your team, any transfer news, any rumours you want us to debunk or confirm, come our way. Come into the comment section. Jump into the live chat. Jump onto the Twitter. Join the spaces when we do one. Like whatever. There's many different ways you can contact us. Go and follow Steve. Where has he gone? There he is. Go and follow Steve on Twitter. His inbox is open. If it's not, then you've got to be nice to him and he might follow you. So, yeah, come over, say hello, come and find my page if you want, and I'll send you in the right direction.
Yeah,
all
Dennis
right.
Sakira, just to answer, he's we all know they've said that he's definitely leaving in January. Sakira's came out this morning and he said that he wants to play in the Premiership. There's been rumours of Everton, of an Aston Villa, and funny enough, Stephen, just before I come on, Newcastle. But that's as much as I know on him. But he wants to play in the Premiership, so we'll keep an eye on that for you, mate.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Goodwin, for joining us. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Stephen. Calesto, good to see you again, mate. Who else we got now? I saw Glenn 10. There you go. Glenn 10's in the room. How you doing, Glenn? Boom. Thank you, everyone who's joined us tonight. Thank you, everyone who's joined us on Twitter, on Facebook. Like I said, as I always say, come over to KS1 TV, smash that like, smash that subscribe. And if you're feeling fruity, press the share button and share it with all your friends. Thank you for joining us tonight, Steve.
Pleasure, mate.
As Stephen said, hit that like, guys. It helps. It helps put us on the front page. It helps send it to other people. We're trying to get to that 1K mark, people. Get us to that 1K. Yeah, 1K. We need to get to that 1K. And you'll see a lot more of us. And you'll see big guests. Trust me. Just get us to that 1K. All right? And you'll see a lot of big things happening. Peace out, people. Stay safe. And wash your hands. Oh, I nearly pressed the Arsenal one. Whoa!